Step 14, going from employee to entrepreneur, is probably the most important, at least in the first 25. It's not to skirt all of the other ones that you've done, because you're really chipping away at this and you really want to lean into this next step because it's a big decision to make. And I'm talking website development and design strategy. So there's a couple different schools of thought of how to approach this. You've bought your domain name, you've got your email domain, you've got the brand, you have the foundational understanding of what it is you're going to do, you're starting to understand your avatar, you know what value you can add to people. The web design and web development component is unbelievably crucial to lay the foundation for your business. Here are my 3 schools of thought on this. You can go DIY, you can go agency, or you can do a hybrid of kind of both. So I've done all 3 of these things. I've been building WordPress sites, Squarespace sites, Webflow sites for a long time. So I'm somewhat comfortable building in each of those different platforms. But if you're doing it for the first time, there's a couple sites that I would gear you towards, but maybe away from. So WordPress for a first-time developer, first-time entrepreneur, I would steer clear of in terms of doing it yourself. WordPress can be unbelievably powerful for SEO, for scale. There's a lot of themes and templates that might seem really intriguing to you that you might want to model a site off of, but integrating WordPress and tuning a template or tweaking that website, even with a WordPress theme, can be very cumbersome. There's a lot of customization, there's a lot of HTML and JavaScript, there's a lot of code base that you're going to have a foundational understanding of before you're really able to optimize a great website as the foundation of your business. This is your business. You can do whatever the hell you want, but I would highly recommend, if you're going to do it yourself and stay in this first lane, there's 2 or 3 places I would steer you towards. One is Squarespace. Squarespace makes it very easy to customize a template, take exactly what's on the screen, put in your graphics, put in your copy, put in your email newsletter, put in all of your content into a theme, and they make it very simple. So if you're just going to build a quick consulting site, a coaching business, something very basic, I would highly recommend Squarespace. You can build a 5 to 7 page website very quickly. It integrates incredibly seamlessly with GoDaddy and Google for your email domains. You can run your newsletter out of there if you're using something like MailChimp, which we're getting to later. For the DIYers, I would stay away from WordPress. I would probably send you towards Squarespace. It's cheap, it's relatively effective. There's lots of templates in there that you can tune. They have an e-commerce component, integrates with all your marketing platforms, integrates with GoDaddy, integrates with Google for your email. So it's just a really nice starter kit if you just want to see your brand get launched. Second, there's kind of a middle tier here between a platform called Wix and a platform called Webflow. Wix has a little bit more bells and whistles and is a little bit more drag and drop editor, has a little bit more kind of fun personality kind of templates to it, a little bit more customization options. So take a look based on pricing, based on your expertise and your know-how, what would be the right fit for you. But for the DIYers, I'd probably stay away from WordPress if it's your first time and don't know anything about code. Squarespace might be a really good place to start. Wix might be a place where you're a little bit more advanced, intermediate, you have a little bit of experience there customizing a site. The third, if you've done this before and you're still an entrepreneur, I love Webflow. I think Webflow is an amazing place with thousands of templates, and I think their templates are beautiful. I mean, they are mobile optimized. They have amazing flow to their content. Even their widgets, their buttons, the way that things just kind of flow with the interactive nature of the site just makes it a very appealing, very engaging, very modern place to go find a template. A little bit more expensive. They also integrate very seamlessly with GoDaddy, with Google. They're good for SEO, maybe not as good as WordPress can be with all the plugins they have, but modern businesses a lot of times, especially in the software world and AI, if you're not building just a landing page, you can build a really, really nice site on Webflow for maybe $100 or $129 for a template. That's the do-it-yourself option. The second option is to hire an agency. There are a million agencies out there that do web design. I bet if you Googled right now, your town web development, there's gotta be at least 15 to 25 that will come up. Typically a good rate for a web developer for like a 5 to 7 page basic sort of brand site to launch your business, you could be looking somewhere in the $500 to $1,500 range on the low end. If you're really getting into an agency that does amazing work, or they're doing something more custom and they're not just tuning a website for you that's a theme or a template, it could be $2,500 to $5,000. But somewhere in that $0 to $5,000 range, working with an agency ChatGPT, typically you can get everything you need, where all of the images are great, the videos are laid out in a cohesive way. They can do the copywriting for you, or you could provide it to them. It'll integrate with your newsletter. All of your leads will come out through a form and go right to your email and notify you. It'll set up to scale for SEO very nicely, which is really the thing. You can build the most beautiful website in the world, but if nobody ever sees it, it really doesn't matter what the hell's on that page. So the third option is to do a bit of a hybrid. I've also done this in the past where you take a framework, build something in Canva, you're building a template outside of the web development space. So either in a Google slide or in Canva or in some kind of graphic template that you can give to a designer or give to an agency. You're taking them 15, 20% of the way there, giving them the inspiration of what it is that you need. To take it a step further, leverage tools like ChatGPT or Claude, even better, to write or ideate on some of your content, your copy for the site. You know what you want the site to be about. You now know the avatar you're going after. You know how to story sell. You know how to tell people what it is, of how only you uniquely can solve that person's problem, thinking about the customer's problem in mind. A great way to do this is think about, for a homepage hero banner, we help X achieve X. Doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. So if you're going to start in that capacity, you can give an agency the copy for each of these pages. Typically, you want a homepage, you want an About Us page, you want a page that describes or outlines the work that you've done or the proof points that you have with testimonials or pictures or videos. Then you want to have a little bit about any systems or any products or any services that you offer, going a little bit layer deeper there, and then a contact page. You can achieve this in 5 to 7 pages. You know, you might need, depending on your industry, a terms of service, a privacy policy. You might want that to link back to your email system, but high level, if you're going to do this yourself, I would probably leverage something like Squarespace, Wix, or Webflow. If you're going to do it with an agency, you can tell them to build on whatever they're comfortable with or whatever you want them to build on. WordPress is great. You can scale it up. There's a million different SEO bells and whistles in there, a lot of different widgets and apps, and Webflow and WordPress make it very easy to integrate into a lot of other systems that eventually, if you scale up, you're going to need. You're going to need a CRM. You're going to need an email marketing automation platform. You're going to need to think about early on, are you leveraging in a chatbot or something AI related that's going to automatically interact with your customers? All of these platforms have those capabilities. Some make it easier than others. So for the DIYer, I would highly recommend Squarespace. If you are the agency type that wants to spend a little more money and get it right the first time, I would recommend that they use either Webflow or WordPress to build and scale your site. Everyone's needs are going to be totally different, but there are 3 different ways that you can go from domain to launching your website in a way that you'll feel great about and make it easy on yourself.